This thing is more blown out than your tired coos.
I did not take my Adderall, so this will be fun.
Mine could be code for sister fucking.
And I'm proud to fuck my sister Ken, where at least the sex is free.
This podcast brought to you by Monsanto Corporation.
74% of Americans are overweight and 35.7% are obese. Long-term studies show that there is no such thing as healthy obese. This is like telling you that smoking is bad for you. You're already aware of this. But what is new is the fat acceptance movement. We're talking about the people who simply cannot just be overweight without making sure you know that they love themselves and shame others for not loving them back. This is the same group of people who will try to convince you everyone is beautiful, even if they are 600 pounds, covered in sores, with a dead parasitic twin hidden deep within their skin folds. But before we get started, let's make one thing clear. We are not making fun of fat people. We are not making fun of people for being fat. We are not making fun of people for being fat.
Cool.
We are not making fun of people for being fat. Kron, what are we not doing?
I am not making fun of black people.
Well, that's actually a pretty good fucking start for you.
I'm not making fun of people because they're fat.
Yes!
So, apparently being fat puts you at higher risk for an assortment of health issues, while skinny people have those same risks too. It's kind of like a slam dunk. If you're 300 pounds, then later you're going to have a health issue related to it. Whereas, it's dust crap in the shoe that you might have a health problem from being 110 pounds and living on cheeseburgers. It's bad for you.
You're pretty much guaranteed. Like, nobody's obese and then escapes being morbidly obese for 20 years and just comes out on top. Like, it actually doesn't happen.
It really doesn't work out that way.
No.
You usually kind of eventually either go, man, I'm ridiculously fat, and get my shit together and do something about it, which usually is roughly preceded by a doctor going, hey, you're really fat, you should do something about this or you're gonna die. Or you just die. I saw a news article today. Britain's fattest man just died at 33. He weighed 400 something pounds.
I mean, that's sad, but that's also, like, that's their fattest, that's it?
Well, they have that socialized medicine which covers lipo, so I mean, I guess every so often you can just go in and get like the sad sucked out of you. They just hook you up to the vacuum cleaner, suck out the sad, send you on your way with, like, you know, a tea and a crumpet. What is body shaming? Well, could we recite the definition for our lovely audience that can't figure out how to operate a fucking Google machine?
What we're talking about here is actually fat shaming, although we said body shaming. And we looked it up on the internet, and the only thing we could find was from Urban Dictionary, and this is what they had to say. A term made by obese people to avoid the responsibility to actually take proper care of their body and instead victimize themselves by pretending they're discriminated against like an ethnic group. When confronted with someone like that, they will ignore the facts about obesity being unhealthy and pretend it's some sort of evil, socially constructed conspiracy by the patriarchy.
I love the internet. In reality, not in Tumblr's perverse version of reality, but in real reality, I think it means trying to make someone feel bad for the way their body looks.
Like, you're gross because you're fat and you have cellulite, or, oh, you bitch, you need to eat a sandwich. Like, your body...
Right, it kind of goes both ways, especially, or just like, I mean...
But you can also shame people for having, like, moles, or being black, or
flat
white.
tits,
yeah.
Or like a saggy ass.
Short, tall.
Or like eyebrows that are too far apart, or like an upside down eye, or a sideways nose, or any number of things you just don't like about the way somebody looks. Which, I mean, I guess that's fair. You probably shouldn't do that to people. It's kind of a dick thing to do, like, hey, you're an asshole because your nose is crooked, or you suck because you're slightly chunkier than I am.
But people are gonna fuck with you for whatever they can, and being overweight is just, I mean, that's the low-hanging fruit.
It really is. Like, I mean, making fun of the fat kid on the playground is pretty much low-hanging fruit when I was in elementary school, because what are they gonna do, chase you down? If people give you shit for being fat and it bothers you, that's a really easy thing to resolve. Like, you can't go to the gym and like hit a treadmill and run the black away. You can hit a treadmill, lift some weights, and just, there goes the tubby. You can't do that. It doesn't work that way for other things that are like actual real problems. You can't go to the gym and, you know, lift cancer away. You can't do things to get rid of other actual social problems the way you can get rid of being fat. That's not your problem. I'm lazy. I don't like the idea of going to the gym. I'll be fat. It doesn't bother me. But I mean, if I hit the lotto, I might just go ahead and hook the vacuum cleaner up and suck it out. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I mean, I can get rid of this in a day and a half. Just have like a parachute here. I'll like a built-in squirrel suit. I can go base jumping with my fat flaps.
That's how we'll solve the obesity issue.
But we can't.
Holocaust, round 2. Except we won't do it to the Jews, just anybody who complains about being fat shamed. Be like, we have the final solution for you.
But what about fat Jews?
Oh, yeah, that's looking a little awkward. Another thing with obesity is the fact that you're giving... hold on, I'm getting fat. You are giving yourself preventable diseases. Especially to the point where you have limited capabilities as far as just moving around. How awful is that?
I mean, it's pretty much normal. Like, I mean, I'm not morbidly obese, I'm just fat. And like, I have like some days I'm like, man, this belt sucks. Because like, it stabs me in my fat gut. I can only imagine what it's like when you get to the point where like, you can't even wear belts anymore because you can't reach all the way around to get the belt loops. Like, you just gotta wear suspenders at a certain point, or like sweatpants. Like, that would really suck. Like, I have a rule. If I wake up in the morning and can't see my dick, I stop eating. Just done. Just no more eating. That is my hard limit. Like, if I wake up, go take a piss, and like, fuck, where did it go? I'm done eating. Until I can see it again, I'm done eating. No more food.
You set your limits. You're like, I like to do these things. I like to
cheeseburgers
eat.
and
I like beer, and I
don't like exercise.
Not riding bikes with Gwen. Like, it's
I mean, I ride a bicycle, but I can't afford y'all's kind of bicycles.
And I can't.
I got like a $200 Huffy.
But the difference between you and the rest of the world is that you wake up and set limits for Kron, and everybody else can go fuck themselves.
Yep.
A lot of other people wake up and they're like, I can't find my penis, wash my underneath my fupa well enough. And so the rest of the world is at fault for the way they feel. When they walk outside of their house, the way everybody else treats them and sees them is how they treat themselves behind closed doors.
Right, like they feel bad because they're fat because everyone's told them that they should feel bad.
It's a total cop-out. Instead of putting the effort and energy into, you know, educating yourself and becoming healthier, you just get pissed at the rest of the world, decide it's society's fault.
People get upset about shaming, but shaming does in fact serve a valid and useful purpose in society.
Yeah.
We don't really need to tell people not to whip your dick out on a train, because if you do so, you're gonna be shamed and made fun of for it, as well as arrested.
Yes.
So the larger impetus to not whip out your impotent dick on the train is because you don't want to point and laugh at your sad, smelly, useless wang on the fucking metro. It's not inherently evil, but it's like anything, in moderation, it has its use.
Well, yeah, it's just
and
like...
if you don't want people to give you shit for being fat, stop being fat.
Yeah.
Or just learn to be okay with being fat.
But
Let's take a fucking joke.
But Kron, it's not that easy to just stop eating. If it was that easy, I would have done it a long fucking time ago, okay? I don't like it when people tell me I'm fat, okay? It's just that easy. It's just not that easy, Kron. It's not.
I mean, I have days where I don't feel like eating.
This is disgusting. Never eat peanuts and Oreos together. This is fucking awful.
Oreos?
Oh,
you have eaten
Doritos.
so many of those peanuts, you've now confused the Doritos for Oreos.
I'm so fucking high off of all this sugar. I need to finish one food before I put more into it. Like, none of this is good together. Your entire self-worth is based on your weight and how you look. Like,
you're probably a sad, useless human being.
Yeah, like, you're gonna lose a bunch of weight, look great in the mirror, you're gonna still be like, and I still hate myself. It must have not been the fucking weight. Weight can contribute, but there's a whole lot of other shit going on. As a former fat person, it's absolutely true. I realized losing the weight, like, that's not like, that's not what actually made me feel better. Like, I'm a multi-sport athlete, and actually having athletic goals and obtaining those, like, that's what's great. Going to the gym and getting thin is a fucking miserable existence, because you get there, I mean, going to the gyms are terrible anyway.
Yeah.
But you lose the weight, and then it's just like, alright, well,
that's what I do.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I feel better about myself physically, but it turns out that was 10% of the fucking problem. But also, if your entire self-esteem and self-worth is based on how you look, you could eventually lose all that weight, but we're all gonna get old and shit's gonna sag, so you may be skinny, but your shit's falling apart anyway. So once you hit like 35 or 40, you're gonna hate yourself all over again. You can be 125 pounds, but shit's hitting the ground and...
Grandma's gotta roll up her tits and put them away.
It's like, oh, I found a nickel. I am completely over eating sugar.
Yes.
Like, I'm coming off my sugar high.
Have some Doritos, they don't have sugar in them.
I don't want any more Oreos, thank you.
When it touches you, do you catch on fire?
Yes. Tess Holliday, once known as Tess Monster, became the largest plus-size model to be signed to a mainstream modeling agency. Tess Holliday is what she calls a body-positive activist, which is pretty much a trendy way to say part of the fat acceptance movement. She encourages people to eat whatever they want and not care about how other people view your body because of it. She's known for her Instagram movement, #FYourBeautyStandards, which is designed to promote positive body image and let women know that they don't have to dress according to their body type and should wear whatever they want. Some people love her, and some people hate her.
She's not an unattractive human being.
No, she's actually gorgeous.
She's actually pretty attractive. Like, before she got her big model deal in every goddamn magazine in the world. And then, like, I found out, like, who she was because she was on every fucking magazine in the grocery store. And then, like, people started posting things, like, that she had to say. And she has nothing worth listening to hear.
And also her campaign, it's like #FYourBeautyStandards.
Right, so she spends her whole time bagging on people that look different than her, while complaining about people bagging on her for looking different than them, which I'm pretty sure is the definition of either irony or hypocritical or fuck you or one of those. But here's my problem with that. That's super neat for her that she got a job doing what she does. Good for you. You're living the dream. You got a job, but you are now in a role model position for people.
You're a public figure.
You're a public figure for one. You're a role model. Unfortunately, in our world, for some stupid, bizarre reason, sports players, hip-hop singers, and internet models are fucking role models now. Just seems like a trip to Bizarro World to me, but okay. Hi kids, I'm a role model now. Surprise. Do what I say, drink PBR.
We are in trouble.
Finger in the butt. There are little fat girls around the world now looking up to her that want to be like her, and then you see the things she has to say about people around her. Any criticism whatsoever is chalked up to, oh, they're just haters. You are in what is the medical classification of morbidly obese. You are at the level where it is a significant health risk to yourself and anyone who has to care for you.
An immediate health risk, not long term.
Yeah, not like in 10 years you might have a problem, but like you could drop dead tomorrow from a cheeseburger getting stuck in your aorta or something. I don't fucking know. And I mean, I really like cheeseburgers. They're amazing. They're also terrible for you. She's now a role model to like kids and other people everywhere.
Impressionable people.
You're right, impressionable people looking for a role model. Every criticism she's got, it's either fuck you, fuck your haters, F you, F your beauty standards, you're shaming me. It's basically like the Tumblr fucking checklist. So it's not been any legitimate argument or reply or rebuttal. People are looking up to this, which is just bizarrely scary in itself. At no point has she made any claim to go, hey, look, I'm really lucky I got this fat and got a job, but this is really unhealthy. I'm going to try to do something about it. She's just going to like revel and roll in her fatness. The specific role model position she's in, it is not one of an intellectual pursuit. It's not an economic pursuit. She didn't do well in business. She didn't like discover something. She didn't do anything besides base a career off her looks. Mm-hmm. So she's selling her looks. And that's it. It's like the most shallow thing you can do. And again, I'm not trying to say that, hey, fat people can't be pretty or fat people can't be beautiful.
But she's also basing off a look that is incredibly unhealthy. And if you want to be fat and get that career, that's great. But this whole F your beauty standards, that's where it's fucked up.
It's okay to be fat.
Yeah, no.
But you should also at some point go, hey, if you're going to be fat and that's your thing, here's the list of risks you're going to roll with that. Like, if you want to be a firefighter, they tell you that at some point you might catch on fire and die. You might get hit by a truck. You might get hit by a wild hose in the head. I mean, you might get cancer and die at some point from too much smoke inhalation. This lady is not. She's like, fuck yeah, I'm fat. Look at me. Look at my tits. I'm fat. Woo.
Front tits or back tits or side tits or
everyone likes titties. If you got more titties, the better. If you got like 8 titties, like you got titties on titties. Like if your titties have titties, like that's like tittyception. People like titties. Her cunt might even have a titty on it. The just thought is in your brain, just like a titty hanging
I'm
down.
a highly visual person. I'm an artist. Anytime you say something, my brain can mock it up so quick.
It's just sitting there and just like a titty hanging down on top of it.
I couldn't.
Just dangling and jiggling like hooters.
I don't want to draw what I see in my mind. It would scare most people, and then the rest would beat off to it, and it'd become a whole new thing.
But I mean, and that's really my problem there is she does nothing but sell how she looks for a living, and as such is put in a role model position and is pitching this awful, unhealthy role model status to people. The time they're at where they've been harassed and bothered and, for lack of a word, shamed by the bulk of society is not going, hey, you can do this, you can live like this and get over it, you can do what you want, you can learn to live with yourself and rock it and roll it. Just tell everyone fuck the haters and just keep working down cheeseburgers, and when you have heart failure one day at like 27, fuck the haters. I just kind of want to see the E troop like behind the story or VH1 bodies, what the fuck they do for like, I know like Behind Music comes back in 10 years, it's just behind the Tumblr. VH1, behind the Tumblr. And it's just like a sad shit show of people like just doing blow and sucking dick for internet money.
Holy crap, I've had so much sugar. I did research and didn't take Adderall. I get to speak, damn it. What I find annoying about Tess is kind of like what's annoying about Jesus, is the people that follow her religiously or that are really into the Tess culture are fucking awful. Those are the people that a lot of the really, really shitty things are being said. Those are the ones that are hammering fat acceptance. She's a fat acceptance activist, but like what she does, she kind of does her own thing, and she's like, fuck you, like I'm comfortable with myself, I want to be a model, I'm a model, and it's like, that's awesome. No problem with being fat, no problem with being an obese model. It's her followers that take her and completely spin it around.
Oh, she's like the tubby messiah.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking high on junk food. I never eat junk food. Holy crap, I can smell the diabetes.
So there's this video. It's only a couple seconds long. There might be one with Yakety Sax, because that would be hilarious. It's Tess Munster trying to get up off the floor from what I think I read was a photo shoot, and it takes 5 people to help her get up. 5 other hand planets to help her get up off the floor. Like, there's a solar system there. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a gravitational pull. The right, like, molecular fluctuation there could have caused a black hole to implode with that much gravitational pull. Which, I mean, that's fantastic. Go be fat. Don't give a fuck. But holy fuck, you're a role model, people, and you can't get off the floor. You can't stand up without help. How is that a role model?
It's kind of a big fucking deal.
I mean, that's basic human shit. Get up off the fucking couch. Get up off the fucking floor. Get up out of bed. You need a crane to pick your ass out of bed. Put down those ding-dongs. Or, you know, ride more ding-dongs. Or whatever you gotta do to, like, burn some calories or not take more in. Like, at a certain point, you've passed the limit of, hey, this is cool, do what you want to. I'm kind of worried you're gonna die because of this.
Yeah, you are a very obvious medical problem.
At some point, a doctor's gonna go, I mean, I can get a chainsaw and cut in there. It's just gonna be like cutting through a whale. They're gonna burn her for oil at some point to fuel lamps. I mean, I'm telling you, at some point, some dude with like a fucking Abe Lincoln hat and a harpoon and a tattooed Indian are gonna hop on a boat and chase her ass down, screaming at the goddamn white whale. She tasks me. She heaps upon me with great cheesecake.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our 3rd episode of River City Shit Show. We really don't care if anybody's a certain weight or size. We just think the fat acceptance movement itself is absolute shit. And as always, we want to hear your opinion on the subject as well as your opinion about Tess Holliday. Put your comments here on our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, email us or tweet us. But be warned, anything you say in the court of River City Shit Show can, will, and should be used against you. Thanks.